true, yeah. They say them walk alright. They say them thief money. All the promises where them make go, one day not fulfill. Then say them go build the bridge. The part they fly boku. All the promises where them make go, one day not fulfill. Then say corruption go down. You not then corrupt. All the promises where them make go, one day not fulfill. Then be say youth them go smile. Look where youth them they cry. All the promises where them make go, one day not fulfill. May I tell them the story. Story. We make Salomon. They know they work now the country bend. Tribalism don't put we go behind. They know they work then they talk say they spend. Them go come we go run after them. For we country money. And it's how we them go one by one we go friend them. For we country money. And it's how we them go one by one we go friend them. Country banana the country it dry. Country tanga it at so smile. Then they put whip and cry. See right now we hope they say them walk alike. They say them thief money. All the promises where them make go, one day not fulfill. Then say them go build the bridge. The part they fly boku. All the promises where them make go, one day not fulfill. Then say corruption go down. You not then corrupt. All the promises where them make go, one day not fulfill. Then be say youth them go smile. Look where youth them they cry. All the promises where them make go, one day not fulfill. I pay the people and don't tire with the system. Tire with the way then they lie. Where they want make them host and they married with salo money then they use buy. Where they want buy them speedboats and them salo money then they use buy. Where they tell them the truth and they vex. Now radio and TV they deny. Una want them move for the bambai. Una want them move for the bambai. We tired with the rotten system. Tired with the way them they walk. We don't tire. Tired with them but cool lie. Tired with the way them they walk. We don't tire. What another in the country? We don't tire. And sound of the give fire. We don't tire. We better them empty. We don't tire. What another in the country? We don't tire. They say them walk alike. They say them thief money. All the promises where them make go, one day not fulfill. Then say them go build the bridge. The part they fly boku. All the promises where them make go, one day not fulfill. Then say corruption go down. You not then corrupt. All the promises where them make go, one day not fulfill. Then be say youth them go smile. Look where youth them they cry. All the promises where them make go, one day not fulfill. Now then they shoot, then they loot, then they take, then on they put. We journalists them sit on them youth. Ragga spice up and tell them the truth. How long pan this? How long pan that? How long for the thief with money and go? And no me say because of a born pampo, that's me say we for die pampo. We economy is slow, country not they grow. Oh no, Ebola lalio. And then they give we the like tea the cutting. Water. And it's how they go. We stronger than the country. We better than empty. What not in the country? How we go survive? They say them walk alright. They say them thief money. All the promises where them make go, one day not fulfill. Then say them go build the bridge. The part they fly boku. All the promises where them make go, one day not fulfill. They say corruption go down. You not then corrupt. All the promises where them make go.
Fumble them una kushe and una hadu. We are don't come back today for come talk about things where they happen. Now we on sweet yes salo. Now we on. Whoa, we left for do them bad things them. We they feel a more salon. Now we on. Whoa, we are. And if we hurt you, we sorry. We no mean bad, we just want for make we a go before. If we hurt you, we sorry. We no mean bad, we just want for make we a go before. Fumble, kushe, out they go. I not say every day. you yes, we're open. They are different things then. Thing where you used to and thing where you not used to. Well, one word then are gone, or one talk then are gone. When me brother and I, anytime you hear that talk, they ask they make boop, 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 boop. Because when you not say person, in fact, if the fat smell one a public, then it just hear other person pull sound no more. It not smell then begin it means say it know exactly what it can do. When we don't come for can talk about different things then. The congratulating messages then don't begin to drop. But whose impact was some of them when they are get? The Chinese ambassador on behalf of the president don't congratulate Maada. We as well see say the government of Sierra Leone don't say then no they ever hand over power to the APC. In fact, they get plan for extend the term limit of Maada. This and plenty other things then for inside the program today. My name is SLPP, the freedom fighter. And the other parts we get man.
Yeah. Hello guys, good evening everybody. Whatsoever you day. My name is Alpha and I join you again today on We Are and TV Salon for continue with coverage on the issues around the elections and continue for subscribe and continue for putting comments. Thank you for joining me. Once again, on a good evening.
Alright, very important as you join me. Not forget for like and share the program. A very important thing. If you not subscribe it, what do you do it for? It don't cost you anything, please. On any of the platform, then it don't cost you anything. Just hit for really a subscribe button. Turn on the notification bell. So anytime we will come on, we'll get you fresh notification for let you join me. Sorry again today, we will start late. Due to some reason that will happen inside this week. But notwithstanding, we joined the arrange some things then for you. We've been there in one big meeting with the team for see how best we can cook for now. Better one next week. So, not going on side. They will tweet for today and join me again next week for another beautiful things then where we plan for bring them to you, where you will get interest on. Before we begin touch on any of the issues, I will tell you something. No? Before this time, you join we na this platform because you respect the information we will give you. We will give you information where we feel say necessary for you get. And when we give the information, not to for satisfy anybody, but rather for make sure say we serve with conscience the right way. A lot of time, we listen to our views them. We're very much important to we. But listen, over 82,000 people, if we did take everybody in concern, it means say at the end of the day, we go talk Chris man. Because we're not able to know how to process all of the information then. Again, some of the biases that we get in terms of waiting with the city happen. If we feel say we forgo just by waiting on the say, then we're not able for the program. Remember, you trust we because you feel say we're independent. You trust we because you feel say we did do the right thing. You not trust we because you feel say other people them they dictate to we on waiting for do. So if that be the case, una all views them very much important. We dey listen to una and see who's one where we forgo with. But if we not take or you will not take what you tell we for do, not feel bad though. We still independent, but at the same time, we always want for the listening to what you tell we. For the we come here and call Maada caretaker, now be a deliberate act. Because we know say then they on behalf of we. So by constitution, whether Maada will rig the election or you know rig the election, they don't swear in. We're not there for legitimize anybody. We're not there for support anybody. We always want for day as opposition. That is to say, when they call the government to attention on different things that will happen. So do you have something then they we know we'll do something where will make you feel happy, but not vex. No say if we not make you happy today, tomorrow will make you happy. Just no say we there for make sure say we give you the right information. So then and day, we use for call this program the president, caretaker. TV salon, they use for call him president. The right way how they're supposed to call him. So if Alpha Kaya call Maada president, it not necessarily means say they legitimize him, but as by law, anyhow the thing be rigging or not rigging, Now, so we don't hear it right now. Until the authorities them, whether not especially the opposition, and any other one them, when they put pressure, thing change, we not go able for change that kind of situation there right now. Whether you want for call Maada be president to, whether you accept her as president to, whether you not accept her as president to. Now, in the sign right now for we, until we all put pressure, and then Maada be say, and not we need for all power again and give up. But for now, now you know, we not say, you know win. We not say, now by magic, they rig the election. But what do we for do? If we want for disrespect them, we not say by the way how it thief the election, it not deserve any form of respect. But members say, Maada be the carry with green, white, and blue flag. With respect or without respect. But you know one for disrespect, you green, white, and blue flag. So we get for fend all kind of way them, for let we bring up the issues them, present them. So whether the international community do watch you, whether other people that we get trained for fetting a courts do watch you, whether who that gets millions and means for do things so, they will see them things and they and see say yes, reason they for let them pile more pressure on Maada bill. We not legitimize anybody. But we see the Chief Justice when they always don't swear in president. They don't run, they don't go swear in. 2018, the Chief Justice swear Maada be on a hotel. Most people them from 2018 till to this time, they be don't swear say they don't ever recognize Maada Bio as president. That's why you don't tell like now back home. Plenty people them say they rig the election. When Mrs. F. Sina say the result not credible, and all other people them don't say that day. But we do we own bits in we own way. So no vex if Alpha say president, if me say caretaker. That's what they right now until the thing change. Yeah? So let we do all what we able for do, and we only to raise them and see if it can change. But for now, that's so no more. We not legitimize anybody, but that's so. For now, then they carry. If that with passports, if you the carry salon passport, whether they go ask you, whether I president, say I not get president. It's like you don't even disrespect the passport where you get. Because the one day when you go to now, they begin watching with one kind eye. We're not good for you, safe. And for what you go for. So for now, let we do what we able for do and see if changes can be. Please, let we not vex in case we address certain people in some way. Maada Bio, I ain't there for today. Until opposition stand in and do something. We don't tell on several times say, plenty time in day, salon people, the ordinary people them, don't stand up against Maada Bio for several things them. But the opposition, not be not they stand with the people them. Yes, I will always tell another one day. Certain thing in day, or something in the way people like in Tawa come on a street, the opposition no they ever back them. Waiting I mean the opposition, the party as APC, no they back them. They always they play safe. They don't play safe thing, water don't pass Gary today. Yes, now they only want for blame the people, or they only want for blame one set. We be need for do something. Something in day, they say, who say gentility fail? Other thing ain't they happen. They be need for don't take the bull by the horn long ago. But they always don't sit down and say, we don't want to forget bad name, we look up to the international community. International community, now talk pets. If they sanction, then go sanction. No more, nothing again. So we be need for do something. So at this point, not to blame Gemo. Let me see what we can do for strategize again and see how best Maada Bio can come out. Usa ide, if at all we able to do that one day. Because Maada Bio don't tell me say anybody will say he want in power, they run after and take one and grieve. You know what I mean, eh? So if we don't ready for Tima bing, then the ball then I will cut. The whistle don't blow. What you can do? Now for blame me if I call a president. No, not blame me. No begin blame the opposition force. Now they don't allow but good thing don't happen. They don't allow censors go void. They need for do several things them. Extraordinary things them. The opposition before this time get a lot of things them. But watch you 551. Inside the opposition says they where they depend finger themselves. What do I mean? They depend boycott themselves. They depend undermine themselves. And we don't tell una say if you take boomstick, one, you broke them. But if you put them together, it's not easy for broke. But since the opposition, they pan finger themselves, they fed themselves, that is why Maada Bio don't get rid of everything. away with all thing. Okay, and they get away with this again. We for me don't start from somewhere. But you know say we thought even on big now we had. Not so me thought me there. They don't big. Because every day we talk. If I don't lie, now we are one of the platform where they come nearly every day for can talk about things where they happen inside the country. We worked very hard for make sure say we see changes in our country. So for today, we always, in as much as we can always tell us say, in as much as we dey try for point out the thing them, but we don't want to be seen as lawless people them. Marabio, now who cook if you don't say the winner? Opposition, no that one day. But they don't do anything. They always dey try for play intelligent game. You know the work. Under Marabio get one thing when they call test game. It can't force you talk something. If you see nobody no react to that, they poof, it go down. And who that can be the strongest force? Now the opposition. But they always don't play safe. If each time we even feel safe, then they even feed them money behind the scene. No blame person for that too. August 10, people in come. What did the opposition do? They don't support them. The party not even come and endorse. They play safe because they fear arrest and other things them. We not say them are people and picking them and people and papa them. What about the one that will be they come out and go kill them? August who stand back they come out or stand this recently. People they come back. They even go fire something in our water. The opposition not support. They don't even say nothing. And in other country then, a protest like this or things that already happen. Now the opposition they take the lead. The opposition, now they call in people and come out. When the thing don't call now, now the opposition want to make something, you know the work. Maada be able to wait them. Let's tell you now something we can't talk about. One just the gist to now. I'm sorry that I make the thing so boring for starting. The opposition, they don't talk something. Sorry, the ruling party, from where they can, please add in. Say, we see they don't come to 75 years before they hand over power. You think they're not joking any joke? Then just begin them. Because then they don't talk, I will not shut up them. They don't begin them. First 2023. Okay? We see what thing they happen right now. They don't talk and back. We can't talk about that any day. Don't blame me for anything, please. Yeah? We don't try our best. Every day. We don't give voice to the opposition, voice to the people, voice to everybody. We don't try, we don't talk, we don't get sleepless nights. Please. We know they endorse nobody. We know they legitimize anybody. But as it is, that's what we use for do. And that's what we will continue. Please, now that we don't start with, now we don't go with, and now we deal with right now. I'm not saying some of una not go like that. But not to we fault. Please. Yeah? So sorry about that I make it very boring for start. Yeah, but Alpha, sorry, and also you know this stuff not be understand what I passive. Because I just start like the way they cut kite, eh?
No, well, yeah, you try for raise your own points and how you want to put them. So, of course, like I say, you get right to your views, you get right to your opinions, and also some of them are facts, and some of them, you know, just like any other person, you get right for sharing facts and opinions, and of course, also your own influence. You know, now this channel also trying to reach out to other people. So people like you always agree for disagree or disagree for agree. You know, or most like you say, no agree for disagree. So some people, like just like you don't say all the things the way you don't say like your opinion and right to them. And yeah, that's it. Fumble for just no say at some point people need for the say certain things out. Not all man no more. Right now a lot of people are afraid for talk or highlight issues. But at some point, you find like people and say some things for posterity's sake, right? So I think not only that I get for now, as we move on with the program.
Okay, so we don't waste any time. Let's start the ball rolling. Interestingly, you know, I don't know how some of them will see this thing. You know, maybe you go love them, maybe you not go love them. But we always want to encourage somebody where they give in young to we. You know, this young lady. You know, choose for do you know way out for tell we thank you. Now Mandingo song it do and it basically the Mandingo interpretation. The time for say thank you we appreciate Tuna and we trust Tuna with the information them we una don't give we all this time. So if that be the case, we'll just listen and quickly and yes, because it making your effort and put this thing together, so we'll listen and quickly.
Albarka sing baby albarka babure kunadi albarka haniwalio so mani urala info information sinisoma ni walio. Albarka we trust you, Albarka we trust we had. Albarka ni walio, soma ni ulala, information sinisoma ni walio. Albarka alaji, Albarka manager kunadi. Albarka ni walio, soma ni ulala, information sinisoma ni walio. Albarka we had yo, Albarka we had kunadi. Albarka ni walio, soma ni ulala, information sinisoma ni walio. Albarka we trust you, Albarka we trust we had.
Alright, so now be that short one, a time for self-best taking gain way for appreciate, the work where we do. So we want to tell them thank you. We just see this thing come up, and then we watch them and say, okay, this lady just the time for say thank you, we had, and we appreciate the work we done they do for pass the information, to we. So I don't know what you think about this one where we put. I know say some man go like and some people not go like and, but yeah. So now you way this way you want for tell we thank you. If you not get nothing say, but this way how we will tell we thank you. I think say me personally appreciate them.
Yeah, of course, Mr. appreciate them because they say we don't already appreciate small, and not go appreciate the big one. So any small effort a person do for you in life, you get for appreciate. So make me tell that woman thank you because for even go and put in effort and try for make that day for highlight the information and I appreciate the work way this channel they do. I think we need for tell and thank you for that. No matter how small something where somebody do, if I'm for appreciate them. We appreciate the small one, the big one will come. So thank you. I think if it is a Kobarka, right? Yeah. Then I like, so thank you. All right. We'll tell and thank you. And, it's a good, for sure some form of appreciation.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. So let's go now to the ball of INSESF. And this one, I want to follow and pay attention to them because one time in the way the Parliamentary incidents come up, when the prisons pull a report, we tell them say that report is a testicle report. When I go back and watch them, what do we mean? This government they panic, but anything where they want for do, then they test. And if we see we all them or we not comment on that day, then they go ahead with them. As we talk about the testicle report for the Parliamentary, indeed, when prisons, how thief man, when go thief, then the investigator and they go pull report. We tell them say the government will do anything, and indeed that's and buff. Because what happened, the names the way wake up and prosecute themselves, now names the way they inside the SLPP. So nothing again for commodity. Now, SLPP get plan for change the constitution. For make le Maada bill, then a power for good. And see APC the last time they say more time. This one they say for good. In fact, the man young, then they change it the way and then they get more time. APC no go ever kind of power again. Now Toko and this Prince Adin, now always they talk the things then, and then they make sure say they do them. And one thing I want to take note of is say he now the first disciple to Maada bill. In other words, anything he talk for Maada bill and Maada bill speak. Let we play this thing and let we just listen to what Prince Adin say in this particular video where they all recently will come out just now.
Mr. President, all other protocols observed, these are the food soldiers of this country, not only for Sierra Leone. They love Sierra Leone. Their role in the democratic process goes far beyond just voting. They are our ambassadors outside there, giving the true picture of what Sierra Leone is. You have done your best to put us on the map. But even in this world, not everybody like God, let alone you. As I said, Jesus Christ had 12 disciples, 30% went against him. Judas, Thomas, and Peter, they denied him. But you as a human, you have done your best. I've been in politics for a long time. Your output has created unity within your party in the first place. And you are not only developing Sierra Leone, you are also developing the party. Infrastructurally and the human capacity. By the time you leave this office to step aside, because you're not going to do such a work and just disappear. No. No, because it will be a waste. This party will be in a strong position if we put a mad dog as head of state. SLPP will always stay in power. That's the focus that you have done. We can boast of structures coming up. We have been able to achieve 98% of what we promised this nation, whilst developing and strengthening our party. Today, these people pay their own way. I know how it's difficult to get a single dollar over there, let alone leave your job, pay your way, and sustain yourself, at the same time trying to maintain your home back home, our second home there. So they have come here today, before leaving, to say congratulations to a warrior. As I said, I've lived long enough to know that when you love your people as an African leader, the West, most of them will hate you. I spent 18 years in England. I went to school, went to college, until I obtained my terminal degree. I went to school, not only college. When you go with the lowest level in school, you know their mentality. But the people love you, which is very important, critical. You have won cleanly with all the shenanigans. The question people ask, after Maada Bio, who? That answer lies with Maada Bio himself and God. So, so Maada is thinking of ahead of 28, not even 2028. His love for this party, and believe in me, as in other countries like Mexico, the PRI stay for 76 years democratically. It's possible here. This PR system has proven. This PR system which you chose, which most of us doubted, has proven that our popularity is excellent. It's everywhere in this country. No party can do it. We have got representation in every district except by default in Bombali. That's the only party. The UN yesterday, one of the UN people asked me at that reception, why is it that they got 0-0 in other places? I said, first of all, they have never got any representation in those places. 0-0 is a normal situation. I said, we got 0 to them. Why didn't you ask why we got 0 in Bombali? But that's the question is, I say, we have won. Let us continue to go ahead. We just had a academic intercourse with these academic dwarfs. They sent here as observers. I just told the president, after our discourse, the EU chief observers, I said, do you think we are going to hand over to these madmen? I said, we'll never hand over to the power to APC. Again, not in this country. So I can assure you, as the first disciple of Maada Bio, yes. So we are happy that you came and you thought it fit before going back. to do the necessary and the rightful thing. God says gratefulness. Those who are ungrateful, ungratefulness is the source of all sins. Ungratefulness. The love of money, not money. The love of money is the root of all evil. Because the Bible said, money answereth everything. So today is a day that HU, everyone is congratulating him.
All right. Well, Fumble that have been the chairman of the ruling the ruling Sierra Leone People's Party (SLPP), Dr. Prince Alex Harding, where been they talk to some the ruling party supported them, and the president Biosef been the I just maybe for reecho a little bit of what he say as we discuss. He talk about how President Bio don't unite the party, the SLPP party, don't unite left and right. He talk about how President Bio and government don't deliver 98% of what them be saying they get for deliver to the people. He talk about if you're an African president, elect you people, the Western government, and the white man, they're not gonna elect you. And he say President Bio win the election cleanly, like he win the election clean with no dirty. Then he say now the issue is people and they ask after Maada Bio, now who next? Then they say that answer then President Bio and himself and God. Because say Maada Bio, they even think about 2018, but they think beyond that, beyond 2018. Then Dr. Prince Harding even talk about, say, Mexico, for example, the party we then call PRI, he ruled for 76 years, democratically, and then the possible background alone. And they say the party don't show say now this PR system say popular in every district, they win seats and they accept na Bombali by default. Then some UN people they ask her, would make the opposition and get 0-0 now some parts there. Then he asks them say, well, for let them get 0, they normal. But then, they don't do a lot of things in other places then, so make them popular. Then he talk about they don't give academic intercourse to the international observer, the way he call academic dwarfs. And so he talk about...
What do you mean with academic intercourse?
I mean, just want to go through it to take them from there. We'll begin analyze.
Okay, continue.
Yeah. So he talk about say never again. He say where the UN ask I tell us if they expect them for hand over power to this madmen, that the madmen and the opposition APC, he call it as madmen, like Chris Mande. Then he say never again the history of that country for their own party hand over power to the APC. And they say ungratefulness, not fine for anybody and then kind of thing. So make a kind of then I waiting Dr. Prince Harding talk in his statement, I just re-echo. First now I'll begin look at what he say. We don't see how this election don't go so far. We don't see a lot of things we don't come out of this election. We don't see the call for national unity and national cohesion. And obviously this is a statement where he talks so really good for national cohesion because it's a lot of, so to say, very bad public relations. PR. I don't know why politicians in a salon, they're not can allow PR professionals for them to help them, for them to talk if they want to talk in a public. The election just done, then they try to talk about how for bring people in together. People in there, and they try to talk to the opposition for them work with the government. Then the chairman of the ruling party, they can't talk, then kind talk their way. For me, it's unfortunate for like a ruling party leader go talk about this. He even talk about saying they get an academic intercourse. When in a way it's a way of insulting because when you say academic intercourse, we all know it's not like sexual intercourse, right? Where they get affair with person. But now they say academic intercourse is like I don't know how to put it, like we try for Ledon with or Donald with the academically, and he referred to them as academic dwarfs. And the EU observer there, the international observer there, where they talk about.
So in other words, that what they can say, where you lead on with the dog, you go expect for gap with the loss.
Yeah. So and obviously the European Union, 27 countries, developed countries, and send person for go be head of the European Union elections observation mission to Sierra Leone, and go refer to the people in there as academic dwarfs. It's insulting, especially for we get small book learning. For like refer to a person as an academic dwarf, it means that somebody way even learn book better, maybe as far as say dwarf na short person, for like refer to a person an academic dwarf, like say mediocre, the person maybe go they don't and that. So an officer that in a very good language as far as diplomacy and international.
In qualification we get the one that we
cannot
even affirm.
That is it.
And talk rubbish to them.
Yeah, and for me that don't make sense because for make the European Union like I say 27 developed countries, then put a team together and send us go observe the elections, then pick somebody saying now you're the chief of this mission. That person is not going to be an academic dwarf in any kind, shape, or form. Because I know some of them countries they are what they stand on, and before they give certain person a role, and they look at in qualifications and everything. For example, the Qatar Center, the person will go ahead the investigation, Tim Nasalon, now a former US ambassador. So for that refer to international observers as academic dwarfs, it's insulting as an academia, for like, you go look somebody when I
very simple. Now, like when you say the America, the France, the Germany, the how they call them, Belgium, the Netherlands, they all are just novice them, then they work with.
Exactly. Yes. So put all them
concerned. As far as they're concerned, the kind of thing where we get now, we aid all of them countries they put together, not get half.
Exactly. So, and now imagine, say, maybe Dr. Prince Adi may don't get in doctorates, maybe 20 or 15 or 25 years ago. Then but things are not even developed to now. So now, can talk to somebody, for example, like me or somebody from another European country or an American country, maybe we just graduate, left college maybe 5 or 2 or 3 years ago, where a lot of things don't change over the years. You can look at people like when an international observer, where the country they send for can represent, you call it academic dwarfs.
If you put on the phone computers, if you not sabi type better.
Yeah, probably, So I think that they're insulting an academia and it's not even good for the relationship of the country and the international community. For me, I feel say that, like I say, maybe if public relations experts or communication experts below advise them, if I know it, if I talk.
So I'm not sure they take advice at any point, because as far as they're concerned, they just want for talk later hearing.
Of course. And even referring to the opposition as madmen, and we not will ever hand over power to them, never in the history of the country. Dr. Prince Adin, you just talk for your party. Are you talking on behalf of the 7.5 million Sierra Leoneans? So you want to say if we go to an election, the opposition win the election free and fair, we're not going to give them. And now this election just don't done.
Before we begin the discussion proper, I'll tell you about say, Maada be anything, they get in equal test,
yeah.
For that, for letting them be successful in that, this 2023 election, 9 they use for test the water.
Yeah.
We all see, for letting them say that they didn't power 75 years, not mean saying that the people and then they look to. You see, you talk about unknown countries than Mexico, for example. When you think say all the Democrats where they put you, if it's a legal election or a genuine election they will win? No, now because of the system. And if you listen and find someone, they say they will put system them in place where it will reach themselves if even a madman now SLPP puts the win election.
You see?
What do you think say that one they mean? You think say not to the ballot box?
Well, probably you get another ideology. Now we don't see the election done.
So if you feel a big probability, they say something they get, then me will tell you say yes, then get other options them. And the option they tell you something where they do. You see this government always they try for legitimize anything where they want to do. Then they go and use the parliament, and now they don't get the sweetest parliament where they don't get 81 plus the parliament chief them. So anytime when they think say they for do things for disable other person and empower them, then just they go to parliament and say let's do this.
Yeah.
So you see the technique.
I see, and I just expect say a political, even like right now at my level, if you mean a minister of government of Sierra Leone, not all thing at the talk, especially when you get for the international community or even against the opposition, whichever party you are they serve. Understand? But for make you say even the SLPP, the ruling party, they may not condemn the APC for the one party rule, right? Even though doing that one party rule now, they all been there together. Because we get Salia Jusu Sheriff, we get a lot of other people and they all been mixed.
Including himself.
Thank you. Whether now SLPP, APC, they all been mixed under the APC, the one party rule. Where they may not condemn the APC about. All right. Some of whom maybe we've been too small. We don't know much about that. But For make you now, you can talk about and begin give example to Mexico. Mexico is Mexico a good example of democracy where they say the PRI don't in power for 76 years democratically? Is that what you guys are talking about in Sierra Leone?
Now you don't see the kind of democracy where they intend for practice inside the country. And this is the kind of way how they plan for maintain power for the next 75 years. You know, and one way where they use for succeed, where they no say, for example, the way they pull the military nado, then say, no worry no more, let me do the Papa Sheki style, just kill 1, 2, you put the nado, and then you ace salary or other things, then the people then they glad it back for now. Exactly that they try for do. But when we the people will stand up to that one day, and they tell them to say those days are gone.
You see, so definitely now they expect, like I say, and you talk about say they don't do 98%. President Bill don't do 98% what he promised the people. If that is true, why they not left the election free and fair? Now don't see, and don't quote me, quote the international observers. We don't say the election, again, a lot of irregularities and a lot of things that they don't open the tabulation process.
It lacked transparency.
It lacked transparency. So if on office don't do 98% of what you have been promised the people, why not left the elections free and fair?
You know, but one thing that they add for all they talk about, these people in the time, you don't use all of their words there. Academic dwarf, you know, all of them things they are, the jump white man them. But at the end of the day, all them big and talk how they talk so. Then still they wait for 400 million where they come from America. The jump white man them.
Well, so we don't see. So I make like I say, I think the problem what we politicians in Sierra Leone get, most times they know they consult PR professionals. You know, some of we can be young, but we don't study communication and PR through and through. Before they talk out, I make sure that this is factual. And not they talk. We then go quote me tomorrow. Prince Adin, Dr. Prince Adin, with all, you know, the leader of the ruling party, and they talk about bringing the country together. And even you do your education in the UK. So you have to say thanks to them people that they condemn so today. Now they go get you book learning. All right. So whatever way they can give scholarship, you go study all and they be opportunity for land book because you go through them. So if then they raise issues because you didn't have governance, not means they don't like the country. No. But if there is something going on where they know say this is wrong, you have to accept it is wrong and move on. But for call them academic dwarfs, like say they don't reach to your level or whatever, or maybe you don't graduate maybe 20 or 25 years ago, a lot of things don't change along the line. Education, they change every day. Understand? So for me, go call them academic dwarfs and also say, no, I don't go get an academic intercourse with them. You know, it's insulting in academia. And referring to the opposition as a madmen, and we're not going to ever hand over power to the opposition party. What are you saying? You want to talk, say it's the one party rule, I want to continue. So you want to say if APC win power, then I go. Where will not win power? 2018. Not to honest back Roman over power to now.
So then you go I think this is not about whether they want for, but now when they want for the one. Because now, if you listen to the Cuba thing, they say democratically, Cuba, the IP or whatever you call them, non-take 76 years. Democratically. So what thing they want for do democratically? And for change the constitution. Interestingly, we don't talk about this. Then get plan for change the constitution, the time limit of the constitution. Maada will not get any. Can I tell you why they don't want for common power? Because of the things the way they do right now. If any other person come and find out, they will go holla. So, the one them when they around the Maada bill, they always feed them things them. Okay, look at this. You find out that if you get some intelligent brains them will be there around them. In as much as they be try for talk with you one for year, but they be call in attention small to some things them. But as it is now, it always time where it want for appear like for say it want begin do things like Chris dog. You know when they say Okubu dog, how we just they go things. So now you don't need any intelligent brains like the Raymond do Susa George, the how you call them, where be there around them. So what he do? He dismiss them all, and now it counts the one that when are like-minded people. The one that when they think just like him. Then say, show me a friend, and I will tell you who that you be. Then say, all bats, we get the same feather and they fly together. Also say,
yeah.
Come.
So, now also talk about, say, any African leader, if you like you people, the West not will like you. I don't agree. We don't see President Paul Kagame, you know, how don't they enjoy rule, you know, na Rwanda and wait you don't do. You understand? Okay, we don't see other president waiting to do so well, and they get the support of the international community. We don't see them away the US and other countries that they congratulate President Macky Sall. Look at the development what they happen in Senegal with President Macky Sall. For example, the new airport where them build them outside of the city. Usai now, you not even make a train station. People are able to take train from the airport, from Dakar, for going to the airport, you know, na Jamniajo or something like that. Then they see always they happen na Senegal, and where they go, and now you see they are overpower. So it gets some huge support from the international community.
But look at this thing. You compare the overhead bridge within Senegal, so they can't overhead bridge within the country.
No, you're not go compare that. You don't compare in no way, in no shape or form.
Then
but
say yeah, cook, you say play cook.
Yeah. So for let Dr. Prince answer, we say the international community will let people and not go like you. 3, 4, 5 years back, when they say President Bio, they travel all over the world for rebrand Sierra Leone and get the attention of the international community. Now, not be they say the international community or the wait man not go like you if you like people. Now that they don't caution the election, say, you know, a lot of rigging or some issues then they way they need for investigate, and they're not agree for cooperative to now. You can't tell and say, where people are like you people and the wait man not go like you. I don't agree with that.
Use one word in Maada use one word before this time say it travel because it's a global village. If you not go meet them for let them for waiting, they don't will be part of the global village and they go left out. They don't want for left out. So now because the congratulatory messages them don't fail for come from the real people away the soul backbone. Because when you talk about the one the way really they pour money into Sierra Leone, they talk about the World Bank and other people, and then when you talk about the one the way day before Paranidi, you talk about the United States, you talk about the UK, you talk about the European Union. These are the people that are inside the day. Not only the Chinese people and get their own fund. Then they give money, but you know equivalent. Every day they say World Bank, this donkey, this even during the election, 20 million come out. Who that give?
Yeah. So for me, like I had say, the election not done. Now we see Alpha Academy they talk about for like the imam there or the pastor there for talk about national cohesion. But if you as the leader of the ruling party, they talk there and they on camera, for they refer to the opposition again as madmen. If you're not going to ever overpower to this madmen, what's you bank on? Is it you bank on?
One thing while you do, while you know, the word where Prince are they talk. Now the word within a Maada view in mind. Why I say so? Person can contest it and I will defend with this. If Alpha, you sit down and you discuss something. If you don't agree with me, what you can do?
I can disagree with you.
But of course, right in front of Maada view, Prince talk all of them things there. And not only stop there. He said, in are the first disciple of Maada view. What did disciple mean?
Which means after where Jesus Christ passed, in disciple, including the Peter, the Paul, and then can take over but pass the message.
And now be there people and they be very
close to him.
And in most cases, there were some people and say and to them then they go. So in other words, if you talk before this man say now this, it means say that now what you say and now what you agree with and now waiting and discourse. So me no go say Prince and say I go say Maada be say.
Yeah. So for me. And I think say Dr. Prasad did not talk well at all. Maybe the next time like consult a PR person or communications person, let them advise them for talk, especially now where they talk outside. Where the election, right now the opposition say no they cooperate now, the atmosphere tense, the international community they bombard on our government with a lot of condemnations and everything. Then for make it go out again and talk there, you know, tell well. Then also you talk about say, what I'm able to understand, what they say, never again. They're not going over power to APC. And will make better sense out of her. Election people in the votes where you win the hand over power to you. Like make a say, and the Skorma be win the power, Pakaba hand over to her. Maada be win power, and next hand over to her.
Alpha, whether you want to say this or not, or whether you want to agree or not, Maada be this particular election, you know, win by ballot.
Yes, the international observer they said talk and say the election is rigged. That's a fact.
Good. So, if this election win at the Testilo election, Maada be no win by ballot, but they win by ECSL. Yeah? So, it's not hard for you understand waiting in the after. You don't need for ask a question, rather you need for summarize waiting in the time for say. Or you need for analyze waiting in the say. It's simple. Then they put modalities, then they put things them in place. Where for make, even if that Christmas they put in win. You think say by ballot? Who that in sober mind go there go vote for Christmas, but he go win still because they don't put the things them where they disable any person we want for can stand against they disable them instantly. How you call that kind of state of government? They call it dictatorship, totalitarianism.
So I think say, and we also do so today, because of all and talk them. From what is government kind of power, then come on a wrong footing, come then form commission of inquiry, call all the one who been work with the former government, say they all native man there, they will call them anti-corruption, talk all kind of bad things about them. The president's guy call them terrorists. The people who they protest, he say they're all native man there, you know, that are faceless people. Then all these things don't they build up. Say now we don't talk about the second term, and now the whole country they call about national cohesion. And of course, the leader of the ruling party, they still call opposition people as madmen, and they don't go ever hand over power to them. They refer to the international observers as academic dwarfs. They don't get academic intercourse with them. And then these are just words where
you talk about the peace and national cohesion. All of them things they are not. There wasn't called white elephant, not to the right word down there. Nothing where they just call for the eye seen. You know, then just to do them. You know, these people in as when this make Maada be right, they feel the heat so much that it even put in barefoot and gone right in the middle of office meeting where it not ever happen. So what this simply means, the same international community where they been stand for, where they always want for support. For example, all of the programs the way they tailored towards the international community. They care less about us, but they care about the international community. Let's be honest with this. Maada and all of in campaign where they do. We right now we don't get placed in the United Nations Security Council. Now we don't get respect oversee. Now we don't this oversee. We don't this oversee. This is not the campaign. So it means say they value whatever thing that they get from the international community. So all of them talk here so them na pity where they intend for do, but it they feel them right inside heart. It they feel them, but it make like you know they feel them. It really make it feel them. And also you know say the feel them. It very much particular about who congratulates him. Yeah, it concerned, and it very much concerned about the lot of congratulatory messages the way we get in 2018, we don't lack in 2023. That is why you see 2018. Let's be honest with yourself. It been border for call bike man them. This time around they say the bike man and then call the president say one can tell and thank you. One can congratulate her. The woman's leader, congratulations. The Kono people, congratulations. These people, 2018, they do that. Now they just want for make sure say they legitimize everything. For sure say okay, let's tell you something very clear. Well, let you know say what they talk and not to joke. We've been telling us say every day state house they say they get barraged of congratulatory messages them. Then Maada will say the one all West Africa don't congratulate them. Whether West Africa not a country. Who does then now West Africa?
Just a block. Yeah.
So
just a block.
Now look at this thing. When the Chinese government, through the ambassador, congratulate them, they're not quick for pull them out and say the Chinese government look at they don't congratulate we. Then it all starts from the nearest point. Liberia, Guinea, Nigeria. So let them pull them. Let them show we how many of them don't congratulate them. Now, but in squad mates there, and as far as it's concerned, and do well past them, not the African Union.
Exactly. So I think that this not for be the focus, like I say. But if you still they can go, they go call international partners, they go call academic dwarfs. You know, in diplomacy, they don't even talk about to you. They don't make them points clear. From where they don't make them point, they don't make them report. Say the tabulation process, it lack transparency and other things. They don't make them points clear. They're all over the place. Now just need for defend. So they don't even go argue with you and waiting. They don't make them points. So if you even call it academic dwarfs, so I don't even make point. Now for no more, it can begin. The only thing in academia that's insulting, like I say. Then also, but first member families already live on TV Salon and Weird. Continue for subscribe to we on TV Salon SALONE and Weird. We're on we YouTube page, we're on our Facebook page, we're on website www.tvsalon.com. Continue for subscribe and continue for be part of the program. All right, but Sangwepe, look at more. Why this thing more me about Dr. Prince Harding? In at the head of the ruling party, and I know talk about national cohesion, they talk there. But now look at her, even as an individual. This now Dr. Prince Harding, now be the Minister of Transport and Aviation, where the helicopter go crash and kill them 20 Togolese and 2 Russian pilots in a salon. People can remember 2007, Togo bin can play salon. You understand? One helicopter company, they call Paramount Airlines. That time, Dr. Prince Harding, now be the Minister of Transport and Aviation.
Who side this airlines we fly from? From Aberdeen to Lunge.
From Aberdeen to Lunge. Rot in Aberdeen company, helicopter company. He killed 20 Togolese and 2 Russian pilots. Now be the Minister of Transport and Aviation. All right? Then sack him at some point. Even the anti-corruption, even arrest and they accuse and say they're going to deal with the company, the helicopter company, for let them get the license, even though they may not say the helicopter company not being fully get all the necessary safety measures for flight. Say today, Togolese, the Togo, they know they forget about that incident. I mean, just some Togolese colleagues, we always remember that and they say, oh, Salon, now they people and go die. So that time, Dr. Prince Harding was the Minister of Transport and Aviation, where Togo lost 20 Togolese nationals, including the Minister of Sports and other BB people and also other top professionals. And the pilots, they will be the fly the helicopter. He was the Minister of Transport and Aviation. Anti-corruption even arrest him. And they find out he been take some kickbacks because of that. Now that transport company. Okay, this are the same Dr. Prince Harding, where in 2021, one guy where they called Don Paul. You understand? Where they say I be in driver because then fall out, he and the driver, he make him bodyguard fire the man. The man died of gunshot wounds. The post-mortem exam day, where they say the man, where they call Don Paul, when Mohamed Kuroma, now be one point man who been there with be the driver, but because they may get for scatter the man say I know they support you again. The allegation saying I in command in bodyguard for let them kill the man. He shoot the man died. That guy we don't die. The matter be then our police. The post-mortem result from the Connaught Hospital say the guy died of gunshot wounds and bleeding and something like that. You know, what is the end one? So I see some of these things that people like if my own party. These are not party-related issues. These are like issues, you being a human being, when things like they happen to people, and every life matter, they say enough for talk about that. These are the post-mortem results. We come up from Connaught Hospital that day. 2021, Mohamed Kuroma, what they call Don Paul.
And interesting, the post-mortem results say a lot of things then. And a point finger at the end of the day. Say, for example, a die of hemorrhagic something, that is to say shock, you know, from the bullet. And then she even show we say a faint bullet. The point who said they be done for investigate who said this bullet come out. But at some point, when they find out say what one pass guy, then twist the case again, then tell we say no. They don't know of anything where the instructions saying a bullet or waiting. Then say now other thing, they are stabbing. You know, now they stay happen for. This is not the original police report. We come out. And post-mortem, we come out. And the police certify them. Say now in this. The minute when they say let them can go to the DPP, Director of Public Prosecution, for go ask for advice, then change the situation.
Yes. I think they just invite her in the Dr. Prince Harding. They invite her to police. I think I see the headquarters. I think he just go there for a few hours or maybe.
They can't go there. Yes. He go sleep now. He go see come back early morning. Then next day when they pull him. So look at this thing. As they pull Prince Harding, what he do? He can't say instead of he talk about the issue how the APC some and the way they do bad with them for the IS, they want for embarrass me. Then also I get for do with the kill where you don't kill person.
So you see. This time person when I be in driver. Because no more I say, I don't support you, say, I know they see better, I know they will do again, I don't move on. You understand? Then the allegation say Italian in bodyguard for shoot the man and kill her. The man don't die. In family, then they ask for justice. So it's not the same Dr. Prince Harding where they can begin talk about academic dwarfs, calling international observers academic dwarfs, and even say they're not going to ever hand over power to opposition. What did they try for say? So these are some of the things where maybe some people and they say like I they say they know they seek PR consultation, they know they seek communication expert for their advice and just they talk certain things. But now man, like I say, you know, got good record in governance at all. I don't give you 2 instances, right? I don't give you I don't tell you about the aviation ministry, who say be the head, where the helicopter go crash and kill 20 Togolese and 2 Russian nationals. Now Lunge, you know, where they can play ball now, Fito. Okay, for the Nations Cup qualifications. Anti-corruption later arrest her. They say, now kickback be happen because they may not say the helicopter, the Paramount Airlines, not be supposed for flying at the country, but because of kickbacks, they allow the flights for continue for resume. Then after that, again, later they get for left arm. Okay, then I tell you about Don Paul when I be on driver because the man say he the left arm. Then he go tell him security guard for let them fire the man. The reports, as Una said on Sidana, the original post-mortem result from Dr. Wiz Kroma, when the pathologist, na Connaught Hospital. This men are police. From where is he going to make statement and left fan? So this na post where they can begin lecture we about international people will like you, people are not like you. Okay. That man where they kill you be like a
Don Paul, sorry, Pinsard in the column bullet.
Yes.
You know
so if you make them kill you driver, where you been get? You make them kill and like you like that person. If you go take kickback, now one rot in helicopter company, then can kill 20 internationals. Togolese, stay today Togo, they never forget.
So yes. look at this thing again, you know. Prince Adin and Marabio are the same mortal man, whether you like them or not. Why are they say this? During the campaign, Marabio and UF go Nakaila and tell you and say the way how APC they don't like themselves, they don't like the country. They're not for even allow them for get office Nakaila. What will happen? All of the other districts they don't take over. Bo not born APC office. Kaila will not beat APC people them. Bonf and Puja will not do the same thing. All of them side they do the same thing, including Kenima. They do all of them things in day. Yeah. So Marabi will say he set up within National Peace and Cohesion Commission. I don't even know how they call them. Yeah. Way for make people and come together. As we talk, in where from where he talk say, Udana SLPP then not to Sierra Leonean. What you see in a police station? You see inside this election, SLPP people then they film themselves so when they check people and banner. What did they happen? Nothing no come be in that. In fact, una way they go lay complain on the arrest when our opposition. What in they say payments? Peace and national cohesion that day? No. So it's simple for say them people here, this is the plan and they really intend for do them things and they. All the way you can do, that's why they talk again to the opposition. You know, for let them say they go to parliament now one. But
so maybe before we left Dr. Prasad in the issue, what's make the thing really because we get all this history about what we don't do, what's to happen. I be the expectancy now if they talk about national cohesion, if we talk things, we're going to bring people together. Not if I can begin talking, I can begin call the opposition then, they call them madmen, and they say no, we ever hand over power to them. You know, like say now they talk on behalf of the 7.5 million or the voters. Where the international community don't say, for example, this election, you know, it lacked transparency and everything like that. And they can talk like and even call international community when our moral guarantors, where they give him money, they give the country money for development, they can't call and say, when I don't get an academic intercourse, and he call it academic dwarfs. I have a leg for make it talk things, so we go make and try for put the country, and even try for put the international community and have them done, so then we'll continue for giving the support and work. That's why we can't talk certain things and we go make, because at the end of the day, and the ordinary man is offer. You know, the chairman of the ruling party. Right now, anything we ask for in the give, you know, because our party then have power. So you not go reach directly, but you go reach out to other people where really need the international community and support or need national cohesion. You know, because we're not going satisfactorily if the country is divided like I divide, so your opposition say we're not the work to now. So I think that I expect you to make you talk better than this. With all due respect.
Okay, I don't know if you don't know them because you have to look one.
No, really, you know, the thing is, certain thing the way say big man just certain thing the way no expect. If I ever tell her the truth, because they expect a message or a speech we got for do with national cohesion, how for move the country, how for cajole the international community, and then work with the government so that the people the way they do and not go feel the pinch. It's not about me wasting on. I not go salon for the past 5 years, no master. I can even say I know they go to President Yoweri Museveni of Uganda.
You know, interestingly, this man
in
Marabio get the same portrait, but he passed Marabio for one thing. In as much as this is a dictator like Marabio, but he developmentally oriented because we see NIB things that be going on in country where with the envy as a country, right? They're able to make boss even for themselves. Even the military vehicles them, now themselves they make them for themselves. Right? So anyhow we be, then they do things then. But now let's look at this. When Marabio first come to power, you know that he first visit now this man, Museveni. We play that video there now. You know, let's tell you something. Let's take you aback quickly, yeah. I beg that will come back to this. Since I talk about Museveni. You see Marabio. Marabio now revenge, he come for revenge. But the question is, what in Salon people do him? Let's tell you why I say so. When Anes Baikuma visits Marabio in a state house, guess what he do? Including, because what Marabio wants, any communication team they do. You understand, eh? When the communication team they put together the video documentary of Anes by Kuruma, guess what? Upon all waiting Anes by Kuruma talk to Marabio, when they discuss, they not put A of Anes by Kuruma in word inside that video there. They just put Marabio in word no more, as if Marabio na him let the country pass all. Then he puts the word and then he talk fine, then done with time. Okay? All of the other things now will happen. Now smile when you see Anes by Kuruma, then put in a smile. He not talk one word. And not to forsay in the original meeting, he not talk. He talk. But let me tell you another thing. When he first become the caretaker, when he go na Uganda for go visit Museveni, hey, inside the same amount of time where they do for Anes by Kuruma and Marabio, now the same time they do for Museveni and Marabio. But guess what happened? Museveni makes statements inside that same time day. Marabio makes statements. Museveni and Marabio work out together and other things. Them. So waiting this simply means, and that's not whatever common on me at. Let you know say Marabio get badat. It simply tell me say waiting Museveni they talk very important for the people of Salon for no, but waiting Anes by Kuruma they talk no get any value to the people.
Well, then they what be they call an editorial dishonesty. Remember what be they do
Yes.
for the BBC?
Yes.
You go talk to two people or two leaders they meet.
Yes.
You just cut it's just the one no more, the other one just cut and just left in picture.
Fine.
It don't make sense. People are why what himself say. But why when I go cut and just go put waiting
And in that video, they no come together, no work together.
Thank you.
But Anes by Kuruma say nothing in the video. If not lie, when I go watch the State House and communication team and then they page them. It did it.
So which means the communications person where do that communications it dishonest. If you mean a supervisor,
no,
Yeah.
they not do them on you.
okay. So certain things and they not do one. Because if you call President Bio for let them meet with former president Anes by Kuruma, at the end of the day, put out a communication. You just put all waiting President Bio talk. You not put waiting former president Anes by Kuruma talk. You better let you not be do the meeting or you not do the. It's like you want to let them show him face no more and whatever and go. But the message where you put out, you know,
It's not important.
So,
It's just one
communications. You know, make
for say,
yeah, no make
call Anes by Kuruma at State House. That's all. Anes by Kuruma, call Anes by Kuruma come. But waiting at the message where Anes by Kuruma pass, we never know.
Yeah, so it don't make sense for call them there. Otherwise, just left them because the message where you talk, you know, is very important. Like where Pakaba be another power to Anes Kuruma. Where the information go out, then put waiting Pakaba say, then put waiting Anes Kuruma say, right? So if that man I have another power to her, then they invite her to State House, then go talk. And una cover him on camera. After where the man don't go, una just put out 20 President Bio talk, una left 40 former president. Now I make who deal with this right now.
Now they need to begin.
But some people are in a certain positions where you know they're not deserved for the day.
They don't get business.
At me on level, then any communications position as a long government, I don't go put that kind of information there. Passive me boss say I don't mind for resign and go before. When no tell me say two leaders they meet, for example, the former president and the current president they meet. Then after that, then go when I put out communication, when I just put the one side, when I not talk about what the former presidency, nothing not go out. So you better let the meeting not take place. That's editorial dishonesty. You cannot edit that way. Like what they do packages no more. They say go talk to two people and get
APC and SLPP.
APC SLP. Go put waiting on what APC say or what SLP say and left what APC say. We're not the broadcaster, right?
Or you come no more in the picture, you show APC,
Yeah.
then you put
Yes.
SLPP where you talk, or you show SLPP where you
Yeah.
talk, you put APC in the picture form. What do you say?
That's it. Because even the IMC talk about equal time and equal space, right? Equal time and equal space. If you give that man 2 minutes or 3 minutes, also give that man 2 minutes or 3 minutes. That's it. Don't equal. You don't balance the equation in the news way they put out or the information way they put out like the communications channel. But so in that case, they may be former President Kuruma is supposed to go there. So you know, but these are the things. Some people are saying, "Oh, and they're opposing it." But professionally, it's wrong. Let me go do all this right now. A lot of people don't compromise the integrity, compromise the ethics. People and just want quick money or fancy things, so quick, and so on and so forth. And life not they walk that way. You have to stand for something, or you can fall for everything.
So look at this again. Going back to Museveni. So Museveni are the first person we visit. And amongst the things that we say, he go look for copy the style of Museveni, the kind way how they do things them and all that things. Let's tell you something. In the last election, Museveni and Bobby Wine, right? What happened? All kinds of
They don't beat that,
They beat that
yeah.
They beat that one dog. they suppress any side you want to go old gathering, then they suppress them. Look what happened in 2023. For when someone gets a position where they can what they do, they're not diverting crowd, they far part na Calvaton. We commodity.
Yeah.
The time where they do waiting this again, they go to the party office far day. All of what Museveni do to Bobby Wine, na Marabio do to Samoa. And Museveni at the end of the day, then declare us for winner. Marabio at the end of the day, then declare. So in other words, we don't talk this 3 years ago, say Museveni and the coach Marabio, and the coach am very well. The difference between the two, you know, like Museveni can take time for talk, but Marabio sometimes they blunder better one. But again, they're all two. If you listen them publicly, you find out say they all two don't get the same way out in the talk.
Okay, you know, Fambulem, they watch you live on TV Salon and Weird. We did live on Weird and TV Salon, TV SALONE Salon, one word. You can subscribe to our channel on YouTube, on Facebook, and also we're on the website www.tvsalon.com. You can also even download the app on Android or even Apple. All right, and continue to be part of the family, so you're not going to miss nothing. And I also make sure say some of the comments of the one that really comments on the program, then comments not reflect the views of Weird and TV Salon, but not just members of the public where they share their views and they comment something and they not reflect on the views of waiting me or SLPP they say. All right, and that's I get right to their own opinion. But continue for watching, continue for there with you. They discuss the issues after the elections. And now we don't talk a little bit about Dr. Prince Harding. We don't talk a little bit about, you know, the congratulations. And also, before I said don't come out to Museveni, the other person don't congratulate the president, now the president of the Republic of China. You know, so which means maybe China will be the next big fumble logan you work with. Yes.
But something that we need to look at quickly.
Yes.
The relationship between China, APC, and the SLPP.
Well, according to history, as far as history is concerned, the APC get more close relationship with China than the current party, the ruling party, or the SLPP. The reason being, if you go back to history, it will tell you, say, when China they joined the United Nations, for let them be a permanent or member, for make them get a key role in the United Nations, then we need a vote, critical votes for let them win that position there. And Salon and be able to get an vote for let them win, we make them be part of the global body. And that's ending up the APC being a power, right? So because of that, always you only get these strong ties between the APC and the SLPP, and the Chinese government. I make even the last thing, imagine the former Secretary General of the party when Victor Fo, then pull him, then send her as ambassador to China, right? Go there as ambassador to China, we then pull her, then can make him vice president. Then at some point, I think Almami Petito be there also. So now, like, them get a strong partnership. But now, I think because of this international or this West, they raise issues about the elections and transparency and other thing. I think the government now thinks, say, maybe China will be the next, improved country or developed country we then go with. But it gets your own challenges because China is not a democratic country. China is not a democratic country.
So what are the challenges come away? Well, of course, we practice democracy in the form of a communist state. So,
well, if we all who party there, we say we practice democracy, the all who party there don't practice democracy, and say, show me your friends and I'll tell you who you are. So you get your interpretation at the international level, right? And they're saying a democratic party, but when I take the election at the opposition they hand, for example, when I don't prosecute, imprison a lot of people in the opposition, most of them are party there, and then they follow democracy. So I don't know, we can't tell you about democracy, peace, and human rights or something like that. So I think that is again your implication, even at the UN or the global body. So I remember saying the government said for think about that.
Watch your phone quickly. Yeah.
Yes.
And
all right.
Let me go to this one. Where will this one now? Quick one. Watch your phone. Quick.
Okay. So this time another
from the best friend of Marabio.
The president of Uganda.
No. Go look the other one.
We don't talk about the president of Uganda.
Jeffrey Smith.
Jeffrey Smith. Jeffrey Smith, now this man went on Twitter a whole lot about things that happen. As people in the attack on Twitter, now just a concerned Western born journalist, where himself they in the line like what's me you they do so. Stand with the oppressed, stand with the people away, then they face the brutes of the system, unfairness, and that kind of thing. So they continue for tweets. And this is tweet as Sierra Leone, accepting election results that lack integrity only increases the chances of unconstitutional transfer of power down the line and dims the prospect of sustainable growth. Election rigging should be met with consequences. So it puts a picture.
I love the last sentence.
Yeah.
You know, election rigging should be met with consequences. In other words, then for say, if I subscribe to a punishment, then for put punishment for anybody with a rig election.
Yeah, and all over the world, any side way they say that the election will go fine. The West, not they ever cooperate with you the way it's supposed for. Even if sometimes they cooperate with yourself now on top no more, because for the fact say they don't know, say this is then a public view. They're not going to let them see them say, hey, that man goes that election and then say lack transparency. When I still a neck to neck. You understand? A lot of questions will be asked.
And so at this particular point where like the White House, you know, the Congress, they're all very much aware of what they happen, and they all like the tweets about this thing they happen. So and then they use me as a very bad example to election right now in the world.
So not surprised if maybe the next time the White House maybe will get a big conference with all the African leaders or the world leaders. So until you see say either not invite Salon, or if they invite Salon, so then go invite somebody else or whoever, you know, like so because anything they all get the implication. If for example the US, the UK, the European Union talk about democracy and stand about that they're not going to associate themselves closely with the government where they don't say the election lack transparency and they continue for work with them through and through. So if they work with you sometimes, then go work with you on top. So for let try for turn them around and get ways for doing. We're not waiting like Dr. Prinsari they can call international observers academic dwarfs. You know, go solve that kind of problem that day. I hope say go talk things we go maybe cajole and bring more people in as opposed to then kind of talk that day. So Jeffrey Smith instilled the stance say the election, then rigam, and you know, if we get consequences. That a lot of people in the campaign right now, even me, for example, as a Sierra Leonean, some of the severe consequences where the international community can give countries are not go like to that level there. But Jeffrey Smith in the campaign say like get consequences, even if not to the ordinary man, but all the one there we join this particular team for make this election go with all the kinds in they have for in the try for suggest or push to let them make sure the consequences they no matter how.
And
so
you know
the
consequences there, don't they talk about them waiting the consequences there for be. For example,
well,
they talk say travel ban, freezing of assets, and other things then we basically they talk about. So yeah, they don't talk seriously about them things there.
Yeah, talk about assets freeze, for example. We see where how for example, former president of Gambia, President Yahya Jammeh, then freeze the also a bill in Washington, this area. You know, also a value but over $1 million or so. Then freeze them out of the assets freezing. Then ban here in family for travel for Canada, the US, for example. You know. So some of them consequences then they on countries. And they're not getting nothing for loss. The international community don't get nothing for loss. For example, the US, for let them ban maybe 100 or 200 Sierra Leoneans and say, well, I know they cannot the US. They're not getting nothing for loss.
But as we talk so right now, a lot of people when a poor government people they try for say, oh, the government just grab all the diplomat, then diplomat they are coming out of the country.
Jesus, I don't even understand how they go do it because for example, the diplomatic corps that's alone, the embassy they alone, the kind resources, the kind staff, the kind positions, the kind economic boom where they get in that country there. If they say all and for commodity, I don't go and say a lot reach to that level there. I don't say President Biosef or caretaker Bio go reach to that level there. Because that ain't no go tell well. They go continue for like hit we more, but obviously you'll go to that level. Because the international community, the point is very clear. The election, the tribulation, it lack transparency. And the point number where they hold. And they amplify, they don't make the whole world don't know. So like why they say other people in the talk? Who said the international community they talk? Tell your own voice they reach the I'm not able to understand some a lot of people maybe because they need power and them party they need power and they feel then they blind to the realities. But the fact of the matter is the government gets a role for play for able to turn this around for many community, international community, you know, try for work with them or even work with them to some level. But it's an issue. All right. So moving forward, I think say they all need for handle how to handle this. How to handle it. Because now already knows it's an issue. or they see the other country there where, you know, then they do congratulations and whatever. What's the main, one know now main partners there. Go ask all man as alone, do a random survey. Maybe 9 out of 10, if I ask them, then go either say they want to go America or they want to go England. Then go tell you they want to go China, they want to go Russia, or they want to go Uganda. You know, so
then self ways you don't sweat at the family, most of them family there. As we talk to Maada be in step begin and waiting, no side in the UK, England.
Of course.
Yeah, so you answer the no one go see and when they ban and even they picking and they ban and they get it. Anyway, so we move. I think Lord take one light issue quickly. We support for going at McKinney.
Okay.
Please, you mind for do that quickly? No, yeah.
So try for to report on McKinney.
Yes, we get something very important for we. Where related to all of them things that I want to talk about. So the peace and reconciliation, the peace and national coalition or cohesion. You know, how we live together. So all of them there. So we need for actually see what we get from them. Because one thing where scary they happen right now. Now we don't begin see they going from McKinney. You know, so you can finally hear you from them. But in the meantime, we get 1,362 where they watch right now on YouTube. Now we add, and as well we get TV Salon. So please don't forget for like and share. And you are not subscribing to the platform, then please consider for do so. Thank you very, 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 very much. I don't know. Let's just watch TV Salon quickly and just give you exactly where we get over that TV Salon. And then on Facebook.
Yeah.
On Facebook.
I don't know.
Yeah.
We but I don't sleep over. I try for call her more. I don't say right now on a free time on a salon like
okay, so you know you would always say don't sleep. Okay, no it's not
like 11:30.
Let me take this light story quickly. Alpha, this is not the story of the century. And maybe let's just watch them quickly. And I don't know if I want to take the lead. Waterloo Police, secret and security updates. Security updates, Waterloo Police. Waiting at the update, 15 years old, but waiting at the team they do. Let me go.
It's a team goat. They said they were about team goat, you know, and they arrest out the carcass of the goats, and the matter they under investigation, blah blah blah. So I don't even understand, you know. But this it come on at the
and I go to get belay. They don't know waiting at the purpose we make it thief the goats. But then investigate them. They say they don't know the motive behind waiting make you go and thief the goat and kill them.
Yes.
You know, but the goat right now, they try for investigate, they try for establish.
Yeah. And these are from the media unit of the Sierra Leone Police now.
Waterloo I guess story, but interesting like a serious story. But this story today, now the best story they ever give.
So now the story is where they make news as far as the Sierra Leone Police concerned Waterloo. But I'm about wait if go to and investigate 50 years.
There's a white boy in the story done. So that means man we go capture the FBC everything. Waiting they happen.
Yes.
All thing na yeng. All thing they cap na yeng.
From what I said they investigated today.
Yeng.
Yeah, today, you know, that story that man, one well-educated man, you know, a lecturer. From where they go kill another place, that matter is right now not the important. So I think something that I can feel say Sierra Leone not even respect intellectuals or passive within a government or within a party or politics, but academics like teacher or professors
not
or
just graduates. I don't tell you just to say if you not to choose Sierra Leone, you know they get case when they pass.
Yeah. Okay. So I think we reported the try for last year we got some comment to try for notes they happen at McKinney. All right, we reported at McKinney. They're now live. Hello, Edna. Good evening.
Yes, good evening.
Yes, Edna. You did live on we elections coverage. So tell me, what did happen at McKinney so far as they talk after the election results and all this way they go on? So what did they go on at McKinney?
McKinney still what is about young people, but not as usual as how the song in play. Today, na pastoral center, we see action aid together with them, plus them, like start funds, and other partners. Before the election, there be always they call vote peace, and they be able to talk to them. So, after election today, they get a lot of people there now the pastoral center. Leaders, journalists, artists, for talk on peace. Well, when the program the one starts, the one will be the facilitate this program being select the out waiting a see or what he feel will happen during the election. Play right, so maybe right your own view. So man be the right say 8 o'clock before that the people be not turn up on the line. The ECS man and not be at quick. Other people be say we're not glad which means they happen. So everybody be like begin your own view and then the right and they will read it aloud. And after that, don't forget the panel discussion. Also, they bring out stakeholders for let them talk to people. The Office of the National Security, the Salon Police, the SLPP party, the APC party, and other people, the religious leaders, for let them talk to people on peace. The Makeni Pastoral Center, also they all talk to Makeni people, the Sierra Leone and the civil society organizations, say let everybody allow peace for it and let me move on. So it was like a mixed feeling where people will try to give out their own view of what's happened and that some say they're not happy with everything that happened in the country.
Yeah, before I left you right now, I don't say don't let now, but some party people already make the peace meeting, they don't let them even video them, let them interview them on video, let them take their pictures, you know, like if you say the situation is still tense. Tell me more about that.
To talk to cities now because a lot of people feel bitter even for talk to journalists, you know, get a mic and say no video me. I know I'm trouble. You know, for letting people talk to journalists, it's kind of something mixed feelings. So, except like the civil society organizations feel we maybe will say no, can't interview me. I'm ready for talk. But even after the program, we as journalists and try for do some interviews even with the organizers and other people. You know, lots of people turn me down, say no, me I don't want let them hear me voice or see me face, not can give me trouble. You know, so now that kind of scared and fearedness stay into people now, right as I talk to you.
Now, well, you don't let question. Good night. Right. Then our reporter na McKinney, Edna, apologies when you've lined with the crack, but they try for tell you about the situation, how some people they try for talk about peace, you know, for let people and come together. Thank you, Edna. We continue for watching live on TV Salon, TV SALONE, TV Salon, one word, and Weird, WEYARD, and continue for subscribe to the two channel. They are on YouTube, or they on Facebook, or they on the website www.tvsalon.com. And of course, a lot of people in the put comments na the live program. You know, when I thank you when I put in a comment, when I keep on respectful and make sure say, you know, Lord respect one another. Okay. And sometimes some of them will go through them and see who's okay respond to okay able respond, who's okay able to read them. Yeah. Okay, so continue for subscribe to both the channel TV Salon and Weird as we discuss more of the election. All right, the next one they move into SLPP. I think that will be we don't see the opposition members of parliament, they're not going for participate in any of the activities we're for with government. We also don't see the press release from the clerk of parliament. They call on all members of parliament, say there is someone parliament, then I go swear them in and let them resume on Monday. Okay? So now, these are two issues now also. We don't know how this get for end. Because already the opposition and say they're not going to participate. They're not the corporate until take the election. Sorry, until take the demands, the party then demands they met. Now we don't see a process.
We know how it end.
How
you know, and interestingly, we talk about I think yesterday, the day before yesterday. You know,
Mhm.
now deliberate act for Maada be rush for let them go na parliament and go take oath of office. You know, and
Okay.
yes, the
So-
reason
Uh-huh.
of this, you know, Maada be always let for take chance of anything we see. If Maada
Okay.
be get the opportunity, you know, for see any opposition member of parliament, so then give them the opportunity. And not even they look at the danger where they be in that one day. Now, like when you put trap for Arata, the Arata, what you concerned about now the food, you know, they think of waiting at the danger will be they around that food day, you know. Now, like I've been pull one story here once when I be real life story, where this man they be the work now like then they try for roof a building, and then unfortunately current catch one of the man them. The other one, it failed for assess the situation before ever he go for rescue. Now then two go for go rescue in company. In now, because of the crowd, where team up they watch, he want forget that name say na in save in company. So what he do? He left the yagba, he pull it close, he try for the tie in company for let them go get away for waiting now. And interestingly, when he tie in company, he take it and he pass out over the cable so. That made Mr. Sabiwe, the cable just pass under as if it go make it not touch the cable. Unfortunately for him, he not assess the danger. He just rush. As he do that day, the cable click him. Now he force for them can down. Before the one way he go for go save for them. Then the one way he go together with him for go save person in escape. So now like the situation for Maada Bill. Now they don't put this thing. Now a bait. And they run for take him now. Because greediness and selfishness, wickedness and badat, you know, they pay anybody. And they pay anybody. So they don't see this thing now and say, we not see the need come. He says, when I show see the need come, yes, okay. Waiting at the rules. If they not come for 3 sitting, then they're supposed for polling in a parliament. Okay, no worry. When I go swear them in, that in a one, yes, they're not parliamentary and them. But the PR system make provision say, if they purge the first term, if something happen along the way with them first sets and the rest, the balance sets where they be in, they get like 3 certainty. The second set they come, third set come. So for purge all of them, they just need for take 2 months for do that. But unfortunately, they automatically declare the state as one party state.
That's the thing.
And when it declare as one party state, it means say it don't rub that smell oil. Now malanko. You sabi I be the rubber way small malanko.
Yeah.
Any time you pass there, you know so you don't count malanko.
Yes. So some other countries then go say, we know you do business with tonight because we're not a democratic state. Some countries then go begin cut their ties and say, no, we, you know, be the oku tonight because we be a democratic country. But now we don't go to one party, not to democracy again. And we the whole we support and officer will able to that level.
You know the other thing with danger, where they know they look at. When Maada be gonna post local, almost per factory say they open for them.
I don't remember again.
50 factory. They say they open 50 factory for them.
Now Poloko,
now they go to 50 factory.
Well, I hope so
now the danger are this. Once then people are we don't get plan. Let's say if you don't really get the plan for open 50 factory. When they're sitting at one party, then they begin look at and they begin assess. They get what they call risk assessment. But Alpha, where BBC be ready for go do program upline. What thing they do? Risk assessment, isn't it?
Risk assessment.
Before you go do your program, you watch security things then.
Yeah.
How they alter like, even electric cable, how they expose. You do assess all that and you fill a form. You do take the undertaking, say, who say you do go do the program? None of you audience now they get problem. Even you as a presenter now they get problem. How you go able for curtail all of the risk? You even put them at the risk assessment. So before anybody they can do business, you get for do risk assessment. What do you mean for work? And not be multi-party and now one party.
So now great point now you don't raise so. Now I remember why we always talk say the international community they know they come up behind themselves. This now this point where they don't talk so don't remind me back of what I've been talking a few days ago. Why I say the international community they come up behind themselves. The European Union don't come together. 27 countries, they don't put out a statement. All right. Now, Dr. Prince Harry, they go call us in academic dwarfs. Let's say one European country will go do business and salon. European Union, they give them a report, say, we don't do this report. So based on XYZ, would they advise when I say, we don't feel the best time now for go do business today. You understand? Then they hold their money and sit down. Go other side. Same. It can be a country, Germany. It can be another country for many European countries. Same with the Americans. America go, why American man you want come on and I say, oh, you want to go do business now salon or go do something. Then you need for seek first clarification or information from the international partners. You need for talk to the government and the embassy will tell us, say, yeah, if you come, you're okay. Or go say, the way they see things they go, they all see things they go. We not get strong ties with this government right now. Or they advise say maybe hold on.
Or even if not all the strong ties, we go then say the country not look stable right now.
You see? So that person they go say, okay, where is it the embassy? The government don't tell me so. Okay, let's listen to them. So the America be there's always they say the international community know they come up behind themselves. So you will go out to you and say, oh, because of this, and then talk. For make you defend that day. From what this thing you have they talk about, people are just on time and then they think one way, they know they see the other part. You need for give reasonable explanation and convincing stuff how they would see them otherwise. But they only work any side way you want to go. For example, even the US government, they always advise their nationals any side you want to go.
Yeah, even inside the country. Yeah, the one that is inside the country right now, they always tell them, now this start today morning, the 5th or the 6th of this month, July, please, we are not going around this side, it's not safe.
Yeah.
We are not going in case of something happen, we are call this number.
Yeah. So you see, so for make you say because of the non-talk, so you feel that you talk. You talk outside, you talk, you get outside the reach and tap. In fact, so we didn't close the motor, you didn't lock the
not the motor open. In other words, China Day. If the Western world, don't see the norm for work with we, China Day. And the Arab world, then the Arab and continent Day. Then go turn them face to the Arab world.
They're not helping much. They're not helping much. All the one they talk about, so they get their own money, look at what happen as alone. How far they not help we? How far they not help we?
But then not much. Then get I think the Badia also or the Arab bank where come on, I don't know how they call them. It is they take interest.
Fine, but they don't help we much yet. Now they say they don't help we much yet.
Well, now the great opportunity is maybe they say they don't help we because they work with America and other things. Now not time for let them work with people. Oh, come on, you start waiting that we get for me. Tomorrow we go begin in that list of the danger country, the blacklist.
Yeah. Because for the international community,
they go begin things say then they work with terrorists then.
Okay, so for the international community, especially the US, the UK, and the EU, either you there with me or you there against me. They say at map middle. All right, then I know most of them are the policy that they either you there with me or you there with the other person.
So you see, so now the problem they come blacklist they about to happen. And if blacklist they about to happen, it means say then they simply declare we say we they work with the terrorist states then.
Yeah. So
when they be, what I mean? Knowing the way we could feel comfortable working with the Arab world. We want the money, but interestingly, all of the one we see done also, one way or the other, they get book them from the world and the Western world. So what do it mean for they lost their citizenship to their country then because of their country then?
So interesting times ahead. Now we only look forward for Monday because the clerk of parliament already don't publish the press release. See on Monday, all the members of parliament, the new one, for go take the oath of office, for go swear in, for be parliamentarians. So now what's going to happen Monday? The APC there, then go, they don't go. Already they don't make an openly say they're not going for corporate, they're not going for go. They all sign, right? So now, we all see what's going to happen Monday. And after Monday, what's going to happen next? And what's our democracy in the salon they head for? So I think all these questions and questions they all need for the ask and discuss as they move on as Sierra Leoneans because it's very, very important. The future of the country in democracy for now, they're at a critical stage wherein we don't know how this will unfold in the next coming months yet. Because as we still tell now, the opposition and the government, they're not still able to come together. And still they see the leader of the chairman of the ruling party, they go call opposition people and madmen, and even they refer to them as say they're not going ever another part to them, never again in the country. So
the immediate problem we or caution we get for see in this thing where maybe the government don't even care. and the rise of the foreign exchange.
That's
This-
again another thing.
This thing they can make the exchange rate, they can fly like. Yeah. Now
Almost.
remember, say before the election, if you don't drop as we
Yeah, it
talk
drops
for
more.
it don't begin taking shape back. I understand
Yes.
they don't begin back 2,200,000 or so. I can't remember, but it don't they go
Yeah.
up small. You know, from this time it dropped drastically. Now we don't begin claim again. You know, but this government not too concerned about certain things, and so they're not they look at waiting at the immediate effect way some of them things they also get to the country, because maybe they don't care. They just care about them serving themselves. You know, and keeping themselves in the position.
Interesting times ahead, Fambula. Like how they say, interesting times ahead. Me still hope say they will get a way forward for settle this. But that statement where Dr. Prasad made not a good statement where they talk about national cohesion, especially when they talk about referring to the observers as academic doers, and then we'll get intercourse, academic intercourse, you know, and academic doers and call the opposition madmen. Then kind of when they bring cohesion. I think say maybe if a tone down, or maybe you get, you know, advice from communications or PR, you know, specialists for telling her waiting for say, if they talk about national cohesion, also that kind of statement they make, then they happen. So interesting times ahead. Monday, the parliament and unconvene them for meet. If the opposition no go, what's going to be next? What's going to happen next? That's all therefore define the state of the democracy in the coming months or even years, right? Either will all go in one party state plus the members of parliament, or even the members of parliament, most of them are unopposed, which means like most of the one that we go to parliament, well, one way or the other, then they in line with the ruling party now, because the one that we maybe the one put on opposition, some of them either they force them for resign, or they tell them they don't contest.
So maybe we want to talk 2 minutes, just 2 minutes for talk about this particular issue. Amongst the one that always sign when I'm member of parliament, former waiting member of parliament, and say one member will not sign. And according to the understand, we don't forgive credence to and say it get planned for going to parliament. But look at what he mean. 77K into effect. In other words, 77K is the way you vote in the against your party in your interest, then supposed to impeach you. But now look at this thing. This parliament not going to impeach Mohamed Bangura because they need them for Lady as opposition, because insidious according to them. So even when the party will instruct the speaker for let impeach or remove Mohamed Bangura from parliament and not go do, and like what happened to Honorable Legacy Sanko and that of PMDC. Anytime where the policy where they want for a party want for take action against, they're in the interest of the ruling party, no action and they take against them. Look at what happened to Sam Lamina. Even when they want to change in position now the parliament, because they do things that in the favor of the government, they're not ever dare touch them. They can't even touch them. So you see how then thing in the way they work. So let me see. I'm not sure. I think say I want to believe say Mohamed Bangura not well and not go just that not well and no way for stand. I want to believe that day. I don't want for waiting until we see that happen.
Well, if that happen, I think the party will expel them. All right. If the party, for example, APC where it win under them,
and if they expel them, they're supposed to pull on a parliament.
Hello?
Yes, if they expel them, they're supposed to pull on a parliament or the kind of thing. But well, like I say, interesting times ahead, and we still hope say they will find a way forward. Because the country is very important, a big part of everybody. One of the country develop. Otherwise, if this allow they continue the next 5 years, why we gonna go be another country than they go before? Some of we know like that. Even as they talk about the fact of the things that they happen, but also want at least let them try for strike, you know, for work together, because we can agree for disagree and continue for work together, but there has to be mutual respect and understanding, right? So continue for watch we live on TV Salon and we had. Me no, you know what say give me for left now, but I think say some of them on the post some very interesting comments. And some people are really not happy with Prince Hadi in the video we talk. He talk then kind talk there was so as far as me concerned, it's unfortunate anything that the way you talk, because when you talk about national cohesion and how for main defenses with the international community. Okay. Somebody said the country not going ever develop under this leadership.
All right, so when if that be the case, until they can take a leave, we can open the line. Let's just take a few calls them and you see people and think about that, and then we can wrap up the program from that part there.
All right. I hope so. We'll take how many calls you want to take?
I'll just take 7 calls from a quick one.
Okay, fine. All right.
All right. So we'll go to the first caller on the line. Let me see what thing he get for you. Welcome, sir.
Hello.
Yes, it is the volume of
Yes,
the set.
yes. Okay, Adika, okay.
Yes, go ahead. You're live now.
All right. First of all, I want to thank you for this program. I thank you very much. We follow our program now.
Okay, it is the volume of the set one at the watch before. Later it is something.
This the old one.
No, when I reduce the volume of the set.
Now the preceptor will be action. I know something. Hello?
Yes, we did live. We hear you. Okay. All right.
And the topic is hold them in me for night.
Now ask her no me go tell you.
Okay, there. Remind me again because we don't go off the topic. Now what for subscribe? Yeah.
Okay, I think it's kind of difficult for actually get you. So to go quickly to another call, quick one. Okay, welcome to the show. Your name and who said the call from?
It's not EU. How you doing?
Okay, EU, how you doing?
Okay, what's not be the question again? I not to catch them well.
Okay, so whose question basically? The Chinese government don't congratulate Maada, and they talk of different other things there. I don't know whose question. You sure at this moment you listen right now?
Well, yes. Well, me not think say Chinese governments are one big world power, but it not get much impact now with government because the bigger organized, the EU, the US, they are better off than Chinese in terms of asylum because if they devalue with money and they give we all the sanctions the way all man they talk about, it not make sense. What are the benefits of China they get from it? China not they get any benefit, and what value will be our currency? Anybody coming to do business with they just need to do right and stop all this blah blah with the SLPP governments they do and try to do things right.
All right.
Because the EU, the USA, now heavyweights. Those are heavyweights.
Right.
I mean, we're not going to do them.
Very much. So we want to take 1 minute, please. We want to go and we can't let today. So please, pardon, we'll take 1 minute more. Okay, we'll go on the line again. Welcome to the show. Your name and who said the call from?
Yeah, this is Abdulli call from United States.
Okay, go ahead.
In Sardine, not to somebody we need to admire. To be honest with you, look the way all the man they articulating points then. If you take chemistry out of that man in education, that man go fiba book mumu. To be honest with you, you laugh, it's not a joke.
Yes.
Somebody like Andrew Kelly, the world of Pali. Now SLPP personally tell you what so. You not go even know the field where that man studied. You not go even know self-same engineer. To be honest with you. So some man if just make able for copy himself small. Some other man are just high school education in need. But if it's not before him, you go doubt yourself. You will see a lot of them people in at the wall in Sierra Leone. You know? So that man in PhD, not impressive to me.
Right.
Thank you, bye.
Thank you very much. 1 minute per call, please. 1 minute per call. We don't take two. We just take 5 more, please. We beg no just take short one more. Welcome to the show. You name and inside the call from. You get 1 minute.
Hello, it's now Philip Tengbe the call from Sierra Leone, Freetown.
All right, go ahead. You get the platform. 1 minute.
Yeah, I want to appreciate you now. In the first place, we want to create awareness. Even the last man in the village, they know what's in the happened. I could just appeal if I go extend the time small. Like the other man better talk with the black. One for see let the parliament open, let we see the drama. But my brother, this country, we don't tire. We the pastor then say we don't breathe, we don't tire.
So what you want to do now? Hello? Okay, you don't tell really go. I don't mean for laugh, but Sometimes they follow.
Alpha and SLPP, and I thank you so much for picking the call.
Yes, sir. Welcome, sir. Give 1 minute.
Yes, I'm so happy, and God bless you now and bless you family. Yeah, my own point is, let me tell you, me na APC man anyway, but then SLPP informed them. Maada Bio, since it take over, it come for revenge, and I see everything way he plan, he try for execute them. We come in the beginning, first of all, they begin sell the things, say our APC and they sell that thing, they go viral. You understand? And he try for succeed. And secondly, he try for say no contest, nobody will contest them. But then they feel and small. So they say no one off, and anyway succeed for now one day for no one off. So me, I want to ask one question. Yes, a plan for let be say a one party system. And you don't the plan them. I don't know if an advantage for them or an advantage for we. Because if you can't do one party system, I don't know. Do answer me.
Yeah. We will think of the answer, then we'll get back to you. Thank you. Welcome to the show. Your name and where you call from?
Yeah, good evening, man. I call from United States.
Go ahead.
Basically, like God bless you now. Today I enjoy the program because una put some point that were very clear. But I think with the then sets of politicians there, then they do it bad, and then they do things that we get for affect the generation and say if we're not on it. Let people look and say either you use saloon or not. We only say we inside any statements. I mean, they tell you exactly openly, be it SLPP or APC, tell you see they know exactly what they do and they know what they're about to do. Not a secret. If somebody they team up, where no say no side team up, no say covered by media, if they use that kind of word, they are nothing say statements with people then for look that kind of way. It's unfair and reality for me more guarantee than the other one day. Then they see them thing they are clear. You know go see no pastor in imam go team up and say this is not correct. Government is that I feel for dialogue. We are going back.
Thank you. All right, so go to another call again. Take 4 more calls. Welcome to the show. Your name and where you call from?
Hello, me na concerned citizen. I call from the US.
All right, welcome. Please reduce the volume of your setting. Go ahead.
Okay. Una, thank you so much for what you they do. God bless you.
God bless you.
Hello?
Yes, we get you clear. Go ahead.
Yes. The concern was, I mean, also we they so get democracy and democracy they reign. But if Maada Bio feel say by doing this, they go get the power for say you go take care of over 7 million people as alone. We don't say we get God as we serve, and the God who they serve, now a very patient God. Where God get for taking cause, trust me, Maada Bio will know a way out by God's own power. And we pray for people because we serve, we feel so bad now. Who they are so. They say,
thank you.
But I know say God will intervene by God's grace. Thank you so much for now.
All right.
Now welcome. Yes.
All right, so go on the line again and take another call. Welcome to the show. Your name and where you call from?
Yeah. Hello.
Yes.
Papa say one talk on an epica.
Go ahead, now the line ain't true. We're not live now. We listen to you. You live. You need to volume of the set. You live now.
Okay.
No, you didn't live. You didn't live. Go ahead, no more.
Okay. All right. Let's check where Pierre, Bible, which Alpha, we appreciate you now. Plenty, thank you. You know, Alpha may make mention of them how they don't electoral thing go do now, how they go sit down, they make beside politics, them they live. Let them just how they don't resolve APC, let them not take no part. Maada Bio in government go crumple. And she said they want they jump there international what they call who they support we now, they call the other name. But we are watching a fear. APC, let them not sell out. Let them not sell it to the public will depend on our Wabu Pandem. This road they don't take, let them stand by them. Let them not take no part. Make we share how Maada Bio in government go function. And thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
We appreciate now. I will not carry on the good job they do. That's sacrifice yourself they make too.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so go to another call quickly. Welcome to the show. Your name is where you call from?
Yeah, they call from Washington.
Yes, please go ahead. 1 minute.
Yeah, one thing I want to say is, what is my name? Prince Harding.
Yeah.
we start in force. If you say the case with the 9-8, that case say don't done. And then they feel. And also say it gets big case for the murder of John Paul. And one thing I want to make people know is then guy they take this thing serious. Now joke them facing a joke people and the joke. But then go cow then go no say not to joke. They go no then go come. They go no say not to joke. Nobody not able fight the international community just like a themselves. They're not going able. So if we starting to talk say Maada hand over power to nobody, they're not able to turn Salon one party states at all. Because Salon are multi-party democracy now with the practice.
Thank you very much. We got another call. 2 more calls for wrap up the program. Welcome to the show. Your name and where you call from?
Yeah, this is Mr. Kamari call from New York.
Go ahead, you get the platform 1 minute.
Do let God continue for bless una me help una for it una dey.
Amen.
Alpha. Yeah. But like what I say Sembe Pierre, please add in his statement where you alter so I'll tell you for free. Not to for take light on a very serious note. Not for take a light today, not for take a light tomorrow. If they allow them people like even the end is in 5 years time right now, trust me, they don't succeed. Trust me. So this thing you let APC then just all side and all and at the same time they go for come on the rampage on a very serious note. So the international community they watch, they observe which they go on. But if follow and even taking this governance issue, but on a very serious note, they go for come back out in a very, very formidable
10 more seconds.
With the international community will come in for intervene, but we're not going to let them go free with their statement indeed. And that moment we get for see.
Thank you very much. Last call inside the program this net. Welcome to the show. Your name and where you call from?
Yeah, my name is Alaja. I call from Virginia. So
right, 1 minute.
Yeah. So this topic, Alpha, what you be the talk? I remember some of you remember that day. I be the lungi, the guy where be the when I be the one of the drivers them where they be the transport people they go there na the side for take flight for take that helicopter. I all be the same host where he return a host. The boss na so blood. I remember that next day where that thing they happen. So it just they happen no more say. Now this will negligence you will depart. Now ain't gonna make that country they no go ever go before. Somebody like that is keep a small na left hand. Somebody like that kind of they never ever make a part government activities. But they left the man, he go about his way. If they do bad thing there, they call. We never take anything serious.
Right.
That make them happy. That man is total disturbance.
Thank you very much. Well, sorry, we not take any further more call again. And the last call that one day we will take for this net. We sorry about that. But of course, we'll join you again tomorrow for let we continue with the rest of the program. All right, Alpha, load up of the program quickly.
Yeah, thank you. First, I just say, Fambula, the views of the people we call, not the views of Alpha or SLPP or TV Salon or we are, but not the views of them as Sierra Leoneans and then add them voices for the discourse. Now, something I didn't talk about, we then get right to the views as Sierra Leoneans, and that person they talk about the helicopter I've been talking about. We Dr. Prince Ali and I be the Minister of Transport and Aviation. And I most alone people quick history we don't forget. Something happen quick we don't forget. But like these are things if then at the public eye, 20 Togolese and people and die and out of negligence with them say them ban the helicopter and license. But somebody be asked just say, what's the disadvantages of one party, rule? Like I say, we know we allow country go to that. But in disadvantages, for example, it increase tyranny, like when they get tyrant or dictator, which means opposition not go there. If like the ruling party say law go so. If they say so, na so. If they say so, na so. Nobody not go able to oppose. Like now one way. That's in no opposition party nobody not go able to oppose ideas or contract or anything where they happen at the country.
So what's them talk next court?
Yeah, what's the more a day? Where they say law go so. Oppression, and even now they also getting challenges with national unity. Because we all on see, in Sierra Leone, the winner takes all. Same with the APC, same with the SLP most times. Because right now, SLP, they don't win this election. Well, whether free or fair or unfair, but no win. So most of the position they goes to the young people. So the other people on the other hand, and they suffer. So then they can say they get problems with national unity, one party state, because not just one set of people and enjoy power no more. When you go back to government, the government lessons, in secondary school, and they're able to talk about that. So then again, another disadvantage. So opposition no go there, oppression go there, tyranny, and even the resources they're not good distributor evenly. If they say law go so, law put so now, so no more than they go. So like I say, it breach discontent and national unity no go there. So all are some of the disadvantages of a one-party state, and also the democratic countries that they do business with we or business with Salon. Some of them go say, or they afraid for who they want, or they afraid for get their evil money because if we get them, so then go say let them go put outside, this is not go no or no go want. So now some of them things and but family once I wanna thank you for the program. I wanna continue for subscribe to TV Salon SALONE and Weird. And I think today we want to also give justice to this topic and nothing personal, professional, and we'll keep it professional and family all the information when I don't get. For example, when I can challenge me on the views, if you're not happy with them, just do it respectfully. But I want to thank you and same way we thank the peer. It's like you challenge and respectfully, but always they see the facts and the consequences. And Prince Hardin, Dr. Prince Hardin, will talk about in video, who play and when I say see wait to talk. And when I say yeah, wait to talk. So to me some other time, Fambo, thank you. And we'll continue for subscribe to TV Salon and Weird. From Washington, DC, Mina Alpha, this is thank you, and I don't want over to SLPP.
Thank you very much for joining me inside the program. I just want to tell you, say, for example, the Weird, we watch show right now, the Facebook channel don't actually kick up, and in nearly the big time for chase the YouTube channel. Okay, that's not good news. For the one that went in on Facebook, thank you very much. And YouTube, from where we reached to 82,000, now we don't fix. And we actually go on for encourage you now, for that we move from 82,000 because we got a challenge. For that we reach 100,000. And with the time we'll begin for this 100,000, don't look passive. I know they understand everything that happen. But as it is now, look at it. Facebook, they 72,000 as we talk so right now. 72,000 Facebook. So thank you very much, guys, for where actually the support we. So we get 72,000 followers right now on Facebook, and on YouTube 82,900. We mean saying just 10,000 or approximately 11,000 YouTube they beat Facebook by right now. Before then they say just object, let not be say YouTube Facebook will overtake Facebook and YouTube, but we don't want for let them agree. YouTube they not agree. So you will not subscribe yet. Please consider for subscribe now. We thank you very, very much. Well, until we meet again tomorrow morning inside the program called Rest. I want to tell you thank you for we don't join me today. And I want to tell you say on Saturday, Nanette, Imran T go there so, and then we take the back seat we have small bit, and then Imran T will take over on Saturday for talk to you on the election and other things then. So until then, thanks to the team, and we want to gladly tell Una all we don't support we say. Finally, we don't get money when we pay we report at them. And one for telling thank you and appreciate you so much. So we just love what we do for support we at every point in time. So until we meet again, don't forget for like and subscribe to any one of the channel them where you watch right now. TV Salon, we are YouTube and Facebook, TV Salon, the YouTube, Facebook, and as well the other platform them. Until then, we love you all so much. I know the kiss on today. Okay, so I want to use this opportunity for tell thank you to JJC and a wife as they don't get we new subscriber. Well, not to subscriber, new young viewer. Interestingly, I get for play that video for now. Let us see where the Peking they continuously watch the screen, where in people they hot the television and they cry. And now we are 9 days. So we go play that video for you now. Let us see him as he come. And we are 9 say one can be part of. So thank you very much to God. And thanks to Una all. Until then, we'll bring that video to Una again. We love you all so much.
Oh yo, Raga Spice. Oh yo, Mama Shaka. What's on an answer? See me through, yeah. They say them work alright. They say them thief money. All the promises where them make go, one day not fulfill. Then say them go build the bridge. The part they fly boku. All the promises where them make go, day no fulfill. Then say corruption go down. You not then corrupt. Only promises where them make go, one day no fulfill.